Hi and welcome to Sensor Talk. My name is Charles Barrett and around here folks call me Dr. Water. So we're doing a series on soil moisture sensors because I get a lot of questions about what are they, how do I use them, where do I put them in my field, how many of them do I need, and this video series will be designed to address those questions. I think the first thing we need to talk about is where to place soil moisture sensors out in the field. Probably the best way to discuss that would be to go over to the board and draw something out. Okay, we're at the board, and what I've drawn up here is a representative field, and we see this a lot where these brown spots represent a dry area in the field and these blue spots might represent a wet area in this field. And so a common question that we get is, where in the field should I put a soil moisture sensor? Well, if I'm looking at a field like this, and I see that this large area of the field is one moisture content, one type of soil, then I would put it anywhere in this area, say here, and I'm going to get the best bang for my buck because all of this soil will be represented by a sensor placed in that one spot, versus if I put it here or here or here. You know, the problem with irrigating based on my driest spot in the field is that all of this is over irrigated. And the problem with irrigating with my wet spot in the field is that all of this will be under irrigated. And so by putting the sensor in the more average spot, I'll get a better representation of what my soil moisture is in the whole field or in the larger portion of the field. Likewise, on that same train of thought, is dealing with slope. Where will I put it if I have some ground that has a little bit of a slope to it? And it's the same principles here. If I'm up at the top of the hill, it's drier. If I'm at the bottom of the hill, it's wet. And so I want to put it somewhere in this gradient to where my moisture is more representative, it's more average. A lot of times though, when I'm talking to a grower, it'll come down to what's the most interesting spot in the field to put it? What makes the most sense? And a grower has the history of that field and understands the dynamics of water flow in that field, and so a lot of times they'll have a lot of input of where to put it, where they think is going to be most appropriate, and we'll put it there.